Have you ever needed to create a new user on your Ubuntu system but weren't sure where to begin? Then join me, as in this video I will show 12 different ways to add a new user in your Ubuntu system. The command adduser is used to create a new user or group on the system. It's a user-friendly front-end command that simplifies the process of adding a user by handling various configurations and defaults. It creates a new user with a home directory, sets up initial configuration files, and copies files from etc skill to the user's home directory to provide a basic environment for the new user. The basic syntax of adduser command is really simple. Use adduser command followed by the option and the username, and you will find several options available for this adduser command. And to have a detailed description, run the command man adduser. And here you can find a detailed description for the adduser command and its various options. The adduser command in Linux helps to manage the system's users and groups by adding and deleting users and designating them into various groups. So let's dive into the 12 different examples using the adduser command. To add a new user, open your terminal and enter the command sudo adduser Tian. Here, the sudo command grants root privileges, and by running this command, a new user named Tian is added to the system. Now hit enter and provide a new password for this user. Retype the password again, the full name, room number. I'm skipping work phone. Now the home phone, other, now pressing Y. And it's done. A new user named Tian is created. The default shell is /bin/bash for the new users in Ubuntu. But if you ever feel it necessary to create a new user account with a different shell, then type in the terminal sudo adduser rig --shell/bin \sh and hit enter. Again, you have to provide a new password for rig. Retype the password, full name, room number 2, and skipping these informations. And now pressing Y, and it's done. Now to check the shell, type grep rig /etc/password. Now hit enter. This command will retrieve information about the user rig from the etc password file. Thus, you see a new user named rig is created with a different shell. Suppose you want to create a new user with a different home directory. To do this, in your terminal type sudo adduser arsenal --home /home/football. And now hit enter. Provide your password. Retyping the password. The full name. Room number 3. Skipping the work phone and the home phone and others. Now pressing Y and hit enter. And this command has created a new user named Arsenal within the home directory named football. Using the adduser command with the no create home option, you can create a user account without creating a home directory. To do this, in your terminal type sudo adduser --no -create -home li. Here, li is the username. And hit enter. Again type a password for li. Retyping the password. Full name. Room number 4. Skipping the other informations. Press Y to continue. And it's done. So the command creates a new user account li without creating a home directory. To create a new user account specifying an individual user ID, you can use the adduser command with the -u option. So type in your terminal sudo adduser -u, the ID 1611, and the username bin. So this command will create a new user account named bin specifying the user ID 1611. So press enter. Again provide a password. Retyping the password, the full name, room number 5, skipping other informations, pressing Y to continue, and it's done. Now to confirm whether the user account contains the specific user ID, run ID bin and hit enter. And look, the ID is 1611 that I provided before. To create a new user account, specifying an individual group ID is also possible with the adduser command along with the option --gid. For example, in your terminal type sudo adduser --gid 1005 Morty. This command will create a new user named Morty and add it to a group of specific ID 1005. Now hit enter. Provide a new password for Morty. Type the password, entering the full name and the room number and skipping the other informations. Now pressing Y and enter. Now to check the group ID of Morty, type ID Morty and hit enter. Now look, the Morty user account is created and added to a group with the specific group ID 1005. To create a new system user, use the adduser command and the --system option. Type in your terminal sudo adduser --system Bob. Here Bob is the username and the adduser command has created a user named Bob as a system user. Hit enter. See, Bob user account has been created as a system user. Its UID is 130, which means it is a system user account. To create a user account by skipping setting the password initially, you have to use the adduser command with disabled login option. So type in your terminal sudo adduser --disabled -login tick. So this command will create a user account named tick without setting a password initially. Hit enter. So look, by using the disabled login option, the command prompt does not ask to set a password for the new user. However, the user won't be able to use the account until the password is set. So providing the full name tick, the room number is 8, and now I skipping the other informations. Now pressing Y and enter. So the user account for tick has been created without password. To create a user account by skipping setting the password initially, use the adduser command with disabled password option. For example, type sudo adduser --disabled -password Peter. Here this command will create a user named Peter with the option disabled password. So hit enter. And see, by using the disabled password option, the command prompt does not ask to set a password for the new user. So entering the full name Peter, the room number is 9, and skipping the other informations. Now pressing Y to continue, and it's done. You can use the adduser command to create a group with group option followed by the group name. Suppose you want to create a group named XYZ. So type in your terminal sudo adduser --group XYZ and hit enter, and the group XYZ has been created. For details about the adduser command in Linux, you can go to the help section using the command adduser -h. Hit enter, and look, the help section of the adduser command is displayed. To get the version of the adduser command, you can use the --version option after the adduser command. So in the terminal, type adduser --version. Now hit enter, and the version details of the adduser command is displayed. So now you know 12 different ways to use the adduser command. If you want to know more about this, don't forget to check out the article linked in the description. So, keep practicing, exploring, and learning. And if you have any confusion, feel free to comment. Goodbye.